Have you ever wondered who's the most powerful person in the world right now? We're talking about the men and women with the most influence, reach, and money at their disposal, who are capable of changing the course of history and society with a few words and phone calls. Today, we'll be presenting you our ranking of the most powerful people in the world. Stay until the end to find out who's the most powerful man on Earth at the moment. You'll be surprised to find out who it is. So, let's begin with the 10th most powerful person in the world, Larry Page. We're kicking off our list with Larry Page, the American software engineer and internet entrepreneur who, along with Sergey Brin, co-founded Google. Larry Page worked as the CEO of Alphabet Inc., which was Google's parent company. However, he stepped down recently in December 3rd, 2019, in favor of Eric Schmidt. Despite this, he's still Alphabet's co-founder, board member, employee, and controlling shareholder. Forbes placed Page in the 10th place of the billionaires list as of 2019. And as of March 2020, he's the 13th richest person in the world, with a net worth of $62.6 billion. So, why is he so influential and powerful? On top of being one of the richest men in the world, Google is one of the most powerful companies in the world, thanks to digitalizing, arranging, and presenting more information than any company in history. Narendra Modi. Coming up next, we have Narendra Modi. If you don't know who he is, he's the current Prime Minister of India since 2014. Modi is famous and notorious among Indian prime ministers due to focusing on improving relations with neighboring countries in South Asia, and also with other major powers. Modi's administration tried to raise the direct investment in Indian economy, reduce spending on healthcare, and social welfare programs. Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud. Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud is the current Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, serving as the country's prime minister. He's also the chairman of the Council for Economic and Development Affairs, chairman of the Council of Political and Security Affairs, and Minister of Defense, the world's youngest at the time of his appointment. Although he's not really the prime minister, as this title is still held by his father, King Salman, Mohammed Al Saud has been repeatedly described to be the power behind the throne of King Salman. His power and influence not only comes from his money, but also has led several successful reforms, among which we include regulations restricting the powers of the religious police, the removal of the ban on female drivers in June 2018, and the weakening of the male guardianship system. His measures have allowed the social and economic liberalization of Saudi Arabia. Other cultural developments under his reign include the first Saudi public concerts by a female singer, the first Saudi sports stadium to admit women, an increased presence of women in the workforce, and opening the country to international tourists by introducing an e-visa system, allowing foreign visas to be applied for and issued via the internet. Bill Gates. Entrepreneur and businessman Bill Gates and his business partner Paul Allen founded and built the world's largest software business, Microsoft, through technological innovation, keen business strategy, and aggressive business tactics. In the process, Gates became one of the richest men in the world. Bill Gates' business impact is immeasurable. Along with co-founding Microsoft, he has also written many software programs that people and companies rely on in their day-to-day lives. The way Gates has changed technology has transformed the way people communicate and do business. Of the computers we use today, a huge number use the Windows operating system, which is made by Microsoft. And computers are actually the driving force of the world today, as almost everything is done by computers. However, his business life is not only what earned him such a high place on our list. Bill Gates is also a keen investor and entrepreneur, and most of all, a philanthropist. Of all the money he's made, Gates has donated around $37 billion in his lifetime, and will continue to do so for the rest of his life. Bill Gates has even inspired a new generation of tech entrepreneurs all across the world. Even Mark Zuckerberg, who was just a toddler by the time Bill Gates became a billionaire. Zuckerberg said that seeing Gates succeed as a technology entrepreneur served as a powerful example for him. And look at where Zuckerberg is today. If that's not an example of power and influence, then we don't know what is. Pope Francis. Pope Francis is not a tech entrepreneur, nor the prime minister of a country. So why is he in our ranking for the most powerful people in the world? Well, Pope Francis is the head of the Catholic Church. Only the Vatican has a combined net worth of $15 billion in real estate, and the Pope is the highest authority and sovereign of the Vatican city-state. His words and speeches can literally influence actions across the world due to the Catholic Church's universality. If the Pope says something, then the Catholic Church must do as he says. On top of that, many people forget that the Vatican has big investments in banking, insurance, chemicals, steel construction, and of course, real estate. These massive temples aren't built out of nowhere, of course. Jeff Bezos. The richest man in the world makes the 5th place of our list, thanks not only in part due to his massive wealth, but the information he has at his disposal, on top of being the owner of the Washington Post. Only by founding Amazon, Jeff Bezos has disrupted the retail industry and is even taking on traditional retailers with Amazon brands. Amazon is currently the most dominant player in an industry that controls a big part of the world's digital infrastructure. So that's precisely why he's located on our list. Angela Merkel. Angela Merkel is the only woman to make our list, and also the world's most powerful woman. Known to be the most powerful woman in Europe, on top of making the Forbes Most Powerful Women's list 8 times, she has transformed German politics since being voted into office in 2005. Her very presence and her possible future has shaped European markets and the strength of the euro, which is only testament to her influence. Donald Trump. Donald Trump sitting in the White House has changed the world in ways no one has realized yet, and that's why he's on the 3rd place on our list. He's been overwhelmingly against most things Barack Obama has been, including the nuclear deal from 2015, the Iran trade deals in the Pacific, and the Paris Climate Accord. Ever since being inaugurated as the 45th President of the United States, he has signed 6 executive orders. Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin has been voted the most powerful and influential person in the world several times by the Forbes list, and that's precisely why he's in the 2nd place on our list. Putin has definitely exerted Russia's influence around the world, and it stems largely from Europe's dependence on Russian oil and gas. The state-owned Gazprom is one of the European Union's largest suppliers. He also owns several secret real estate properties, luxury yachts, and is rumored to have an even higher net worth than Bezos, though that's still unconfirmed. Now, are you ready to find out who's the most powerful man in the world? Let's head down to 1st place. Xi Jinping. The 1st place of our list is occupied by none other than Xi Jinping, the president of China since 2013. He's the paramount leader and the highest-ranking official in China since 2012. He has introduced far-ranging measures to enforce party discipline and to impose internal unity. His anti-corruption campaign has led to the downfall of corrupt Chinese politicians, and his measures don't stop just there. He has sought to expand China's African and Eurasian influence through the Belt and Road Initiative, a global development strategy that involves investments in around 70 countries and international organizations, which has turned China into a world leader in business and economics. Did you expect these people to be the most powerful in the world? Let us know in the comments.